What's poppin' peeps? T-Money here to do a fill-in review for body bags for, I believe, Abby this week. So, happy to be here. It's been a minute since I've done one, so. The movie I'm going to review is from 2007. Well, actually, it's from, sorry guys, it's kind of dark too, so you can't really see that, but, the film is from 2007, and it was actually released like a couple weeks ago, I think for the first time on DVD ever. It's by the name of Harvest Moon. It's an indie slasher. The film is directed by Brent Nowak. It stars Brad Ashton, Jennifer Black, Karen Corona. Brent Nowak, actually the director and co-writer, is also a character in the movie. Sierra Edwards, Diego Garcia, Charles Gargano, and more. Sorry, they're all like kind of the main characters though. So, the film came out April 1st, 2007. The runtime is 77 minutes, so it's a good runtime for a slasher. Adam Baldini. So the film is about a character by the name of Adam who just inherited his father's prized apple orchard by the name of Baldini Apple Orchard. Unsure if he wants to continue the family business, he invites his new girlfriend, Alicia, and her friends to spend the weekend enjoying the secluded and secret beauty of the orchard, and also to help them bring the apples to harvest. Bring in the harvest. Of course, the secret location isn't just a good place for an orchard, it's also a good place for murder. That's part of the tagline. So, the film starts out basically with like a random couple. It's flashback to 1996. A random couple is like making out on the property of the orchard. Adam's father, Mr. Baldini, attacks them and kills them. And then you flash forward a couple years later. He commits suicide on the property because he hears voices in his head. And then flash forward to the present day. Adam is you have your main setting. You have Adam, Mr. Baldini's son, inviting his girlfriend and friends to the orchard that he's taken over to have a weekend of fun, chilling and bringing in apples, I guess. These amazing Baldini apples. So, I guess I'll just talk about, well, I said film starts out in 1996. Adam's father and the henchman caretaker Leonard attack a couple. I already said this though, so we'll go flash forward to the present. Mr. Baldini's son, I've already said that. Alright, so what I like about the film. Sorry guys. I thought the story was decent. It was unoriginal for a slasher, but it was entertaining enough. You know, you got your group of kids, kind of in a mountain town, going up to this cabin in the woods, and there's an apple orchard. And so if you like slashers set up like that with a mysterious killer, it's not so mysterious though, they give it away pretty immediately, or killers, that's kind of like the whatchamacallit, twist, if you will. But I mean, so I like that. The characters were likable enough, the script was decent. I guess the characters were enjoyable and likable enough due to the decent script. The dialogue wasn't too cheesy or anything. It was pretty straightforward, run-of-the-mill slasher on the serious side, not so funny, which I personally enjoy. And I said it was believable enough. The setting was cool in the cabin at the orchard. Let's talk about what I didn't like about the film. There was a lack of cool kills, so your special effects, or lack thereof, there just wasn't anything really cool. There wasn't a single kill in the film, with the exception of maybe the first kill with the couple when Mr. Baldini, the father, attacks them in his truck. That was probably like the only interesting kill, I guess, in the whole film. Other than that, yeah, I just said it lacked cool kills. There wasn't anything creative or special. And the one thing I really didn't like about the film is they brought in this apparition thing where they tried to... Can you wait a second? I'm filming a video. So they brought in like this apparition thing, which I feel like it was kind of unnecessary and an undeveloped idea, where the father, Mr. Baldini, in the beginning, he hears voices in his head and he sees something, and they kind of lead you to believe that's why he commits suicide. And throughout the kids' stay on the apple orchard or at the orchard, they're like kind of haunted by these apparitions of ghosts from the past. Mr. Baldini, the kids who were murdered in the beginning. But I just felt like it really didn't. They just threw this idea in there to like... Because at like one point, they're not sure who's doing the killing, so they think it's one of the kids because he gets in a fight with his girlfriend, so they lock him in the basement, and that's when you really see the first apparition. He sees the ghost of the girl who was murdered in the beginning of the film, and then he sees the ghost of Mr. Baldini, and it's like, what's the point of this? Like, they're trying to get him, the ghost's basically telling him to leave the property, so it's basically like trying to help him, I think, by telling him to go, get away. But it was just kind of stupid. It was like a slasher, and then they tried to throw in this supernatural apparition thing, and I just felt like it was an undeveloped idea. So that was probably my main gripe with the movie, is I just didn't like the apparition part. And I said, yeah, it was probably the weakest part of the film. And I said the twist at the end. So the twist at the end I thought was very predictable. So you've got Leonard, who is kind of like Mr. Baldini's henchman, but then he is still at the cabin when the son, Adam, takes over. And he's your killer, so I'm just going to say that. But there's also a twist, so it's not, there could be more than one killer, we'll say that. But I just thought there wasn't anything special about him. He was kind of like portrayed as like a handicapped hillbilly who was the caretaker at the cabin for the Baldinis, and he had he took a liking to killing people, I guess. We'll say that. But there's also a twist which kind of ties everything together, and kind of they try and bring meaning to the actual killings. Like there's a reason why they're killing these people and why they need these people, and we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so I said the twist at the end was very predictable. The killer was just your everyday hillbilly, nothing special about him. Like I said, the kills were not really creative, the special effects were not very good. They weren't bad, they just kind of were lacking altogether. And the whole secret of the apples doesn't really make sense to me either, so we'll just say that. There's a secret to the recipe of the apples, kind of like, think like Motel Hell or something like that. But it just didn't really make sense. Sorry guys, that's the washing machine behind me. So yeah, that's basically it. That's your film. Sorry guys, I was kind of stumbling. I got a little thrown off there when somebody walked over. But yeah, so you got Harvest Moon from 2007, brought to you by a company I don't know of, MCTV Network. You can get this on Amazon for cheap, like 13 bucks if you're interested in seeing a slasher from the mid-2000s. Very run-of-the-mill, but enjoyable, I guess, if you want to see something different and you enjoy the mountain slasher plot, I guess. Yeah, so that's it. Harvest Moon, guys, 2007. Check it out. I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10. Like I said, it's a very average film, but if you're looking for something to watch, I'd say maybe rent it if you can. Don't buy it, but again, if you're looking for something new, you might enjoy it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, I guess, tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next cover of Body Bags, where horror lies. Peace.